Hello, everyone. We are ready to continue with another keynote session. My name is Darcia Tarkowska. I'm from Music Expert Ukraine and an agency called Sunbus. And basically, I'm here to introduce you our next expert. His name is Ashot Daniyelyan. He's from Uzbekistan. Ashot is not only a musician in a band called Origami Wings, but he also represents Ilhom Rockfest. Despite 2020 was really hard for all of us, Ashot still managed to do some great stuff. And I'm really looking forward to find out more. So, Ashot, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. So I will talk today a bit about how we managed to survive during these strange times and about our activities which we made recently. So during the pandemic period in Uzbekistan, we had like 2 lockdowns for a very long time. And all this almost half of a year, all the musicians, producers, and just everyone who have any connection to this industry were in a very stressful situation, to be true. But then the lockdown finished. Still, we cannot do any big concert activity, but our government decided that it was very stressful time for the population, and we can do some things to be less stressful. So they opened theaters. And all the theaters are open and can do some activities. So that's how our idea was born. Because we are musicians, we want to perform, but also we have, like in general, we have a connection to the art, to the modern art, and also we do some sub-projects. So we decided to kill all the rabbits with one shot. We decided to make a tour for 5 cities in Uzbekistan. The theater tour, which called Back to the Theater. Actually, we have very good tradition and a very good background of the theaters, like in Uzbekistan, like opera theaters, Russian drama theaters, and so on. But many young people don't even know that they have a great, actually, theater in their city, because it's not very popular, to be true. So our idea was to show for the young people that they have actually great theater in their city, and to make some performance, some concerts inside of the theater. So we could perform and attract young people to come to the theater again after it, to see what is going on in the theater, to see some plays or activities in the theater. Our project was divided in 3 parts, because the context of the project was that Uzbekistan wants to be more and more open to attract tourism. It's a first background. Second background was that this year, every year, we have something for the year, like the year of mother and child, the year of creativity, and this year is year of the youth. So yes, that's why we divided our project into 3 parts, and it was like 3 days per one city. As I mentioned, it was like 5 cities. And on the first day, we were coming by a tourist bus, which actually Ministry of the Tourism gave us for this tour. Yes, and first day was the lecture day. It was very important to gather young people and to talk about creative economy, creative projects. Second day was a concert in the theater, and it was also the activity to support financially the theater, because some of the theater in very small cities, they just sometimes they're closed for a long time because they cannot sell the tickets. So we gathered quite big crowd there, and so we performed there. We took our amplifier from Tashkent, and we were like the real, this Bon Jovi band doing their the concert. And the third day was we took with our crew a video director who was shooting everything, and we were doing the video vlog of our adventures, of our journey. We were meeting some interesting people in these locations, eating some local cuisine, and also we were doing a video clip for in every city for one song, in not very popular but very interesting location, which you can see only in this city. And so as soon as we were like going from city to city, the video blogs and video clips were on the YouTube, and people could watch us every time moving further and further, and it was like a TV show actually, and we had a lot of views and a lot of followers for even just 2 weeks. And why the governmental structures supported us? Because we decided not to do only the music activity, but to show people abroad that in Uzbekistan it's not only delicious melons, it's not only these beautiful minarets and mosques, tradition, cuisine, and all the things, but it's also very modern. We have different types of music. We have modern art, we have theaters, we have very interesting people, and so we want to build this kind of picture which will consist of everything, so people abroad can imagine real Uzbekistan, how it is. And so it's not only about history and ancient things, it's also about modern and progressive young people who are open, who can speak languages and do everything else. So that's how we did some activities, like 3 activities at the same time. We were doing TV show, we were doing concerts in theater, and we were lecturing all the time. So actually a lot of young people came just to see what it was very attractive for them, because like it was a big hunger after the lockdown for just any activity. Our sponsors, as I mentioned, were Ministry of Tourism, because they were interested in this kind of activities, and it was very important that the local musicians, local band went to do this, not just someone who came from abroad and doing some vlog from the point of view of the foreigner, but just local guys enjoying music, enjoying touring here in Uzbekistan. Then also we had sponsor from Swiss embassy who supports like modern art here in Uzbekistan. What we did actually is we built a dialogue like between governmental structures and social sector, which is very important for us now because it's a big step, and it's maybe it's bad to say, but pandemic time made us to do something together. The project is still on. The next step will be Central Asia. We decided to also to go for a tour in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and Tajikistan, and to play some concerts with the local bands as well. Because we have kind of isolation. We are neighbors, but we don't know what's going on there. And we want to develop this kind of sustainable art scene in which we can like easily go there to play a gig with, to make a festival, to play a gig with other bands from our neighboring countries. So this will be our next step, and hopefully we can do it in spring.
Sounds fascinating. Actually, this one got me thinking. You mentioned a very good point. This project was a huge cooperation of a private sector and Ministry of Tourism. Do you notice that these kind of cooperations became more affordable, more available due to pandemic?
Yes, I think I think it was more affordable because of this, because we had a lot of crazy ideas before, and it was actually very difficult to do something extra, to do something more than a concert. We were it was the first tour ever. First ever tour in the history of rock music in Uzbekistan, when band went by bus through all the country. First ever.
I see. I may ask quite a specific question, but I know that sometimes censorship is quite a sensitive topic in Uzbekistan. Have you noticed any impact on what to do, what you're not supposed to do, how to behave, or you had a complete freedom in terms of the project?
Yes, it's very interesting because this time no one asked us for these formal things. I think these pandemic times was there were like much more important thing to much more important problems than the censorship, than that everything else. There were some like talks about, because we were doing some performances on the like historical beautiful places, and some people were not happy because of this. They were like, it's our history, and like it's not the place for the rock music, but I think it's just everywhere in the world.
Okay, I think the moment they will see video, they will change their mind.
Yes, probably. I hope so.
Okay, sounds lovely. You mentioned that you would also like to have this kind of development in the future. Have you thought of the funding in the future for the following editions of the project?
Yes, of course, because we'll already have some amount of fund for the continuation of the project. As I said before, the Swiss embassy supports us, and hopefully, we can sell tickets in neighboring countries when we will be touring there. Well, it's just a start for now. And actually, also many just local businessmen and people who just sponsoring and like rock music, like modern art, they were supporting us. And it's much more easy to have this kind of support here, than to ask for the support from the structure, from the institution, or something like that, because we still have it's oriental tradition of the bazaar, where you need to be a bit tricky, and you need to be
persuasive, first of all, I think, like explain
yes,
in a
you need to negotiate, yeah.
Okay, I like the concept of negotiations in culture. Okay, so this is great, actually. I really encourage everybody to check out Origami Wings and the amazing videos that guys created. I'm sure you will be mesmerized both by the videos and by the music. Ashot, thank you very much for finding time and sharing your case study with us.
Thank you very much.
Please stay tuned with our next session. We'll be back really soon.